Manchester United, the gift that keeps on giving. They lost 2-0 to Hull City at the MKM Stadium. Let me walk you through the game. So Manchester United, they were always lackluster. They gave the ball away on numerous occasions. They didn't really have that energy. The home fans of Hull City were cricket. They were full of joy, energy, and the players just kind of came with the energy as well. You can see the way Hull City played. They got the ball back on numerous times. They were up for it. While Manchester United, on the other hand, were not really up for it per se. They were giving the ball away. They did not have enough energy. They were making terrible decisions in the final third. Bruno Fernandes, by the way, what has happened to you? This is not the player of the season, Bruno Fernandes. This is not the Bruno Fernandes that got 20 assists last season. You could tell the way he played for Portugal in the World Cup just summed it up. And now for Man United, he has not done anything, especially in preseason. I thought he has been poor in preseason. Obviously, mixed back-to-back penalties. Also, all those things come to account. The first goal was scored by Semi Ajayi after the back post. That corner should have been defended a lot better. A tap-in for Semi Ajayi to give Hull City the lead. After the game kept progressing, progressing. Hull City were pinging balls back. It was clear that game plan. Long balls. That game plan was long balls. He fit in. It was clear that game plan. So one ball in, you know what happens next, and it was actually another set piece that led to the second goal. Another set piece. Who was marking who? If I'm a United fan, I'll be pissed off. If I was a United fan, I'll be like, who is marking who? Man to man. And how did he get to the head? How did he score that? I don't know. Because clearly the marker was supposed to be marking that person. The second game came. Then second half, he brought in, I think, Marcus Rashford. And another thing, another fast check. Patrick Dogu is not a left winger. Patrick Dogu is a left back. He's not a left winger. Luke Shaw is a left back. Patrick Dogu is a left back. So why is Michael Carrick confusing this whole thing? I thought that was really stupid from Michael Carrick to put Patrick Dogu left wing, where Patrick Dogu's best position is in left back. I thought that was so straight. And Tielemans and Santos, they didn't really do well as a collective this game. You could tell by the way Manchester United played. They didn't really play strong. Bruno Fernandes, I thought, was poor. Marcus Rashford, I didn't think did anything when he came on. Manchester United has problems to fix. Manchester United still has, issues to fix. And this is the reason I always say this, that Manchester United, this is not the Manchester United. Manchester United still has a long way to go. This is not Alex Ferguson's Manchester United. Manchester United still has long ways to go. I always say this. Props to Hull City under the lights at the MKM Stadium. They did what they do best. They obviously I understand. Maybe could it be the home? Could the excitement be about they are playing at home, so why not that give it a go? I understand all this, but for Michael Carrick, this will send alarm ball from the hierarchy in the highest. Ineos and Glazers Wilcox, what are they doing? Manchester United fans have simply been begging for signings. Yet the Glazers and Ineos have not done that. They have not signed the players that needs to be signed. Luke Shaw has been in this club for 11 years. And as a United fan, I'll be pissed off as well. Luke Shaw has been in this football club for around 10, 11 years. And this season is like, when Luke Shaw goes up, it tends to be slow coming back down. So anytime Luke Shaw goes high up the pitch, I think his trouble is coming down. So Man United has each position to face. I can't just imagine that back line. getting rinsed by Paris Saint Germain or Paris Saint Germain or PSG or PSG's backline, Bayern backline, front line of Kane, Olise, Yamal, all those top players in the Champions League. I'm only just waiting to see what they do to you, to that defense. It must be eating them right now to face again Luke Shaw, to face Harry Maguire, all those players, them. I'm sure, I'm sure, them Olise, them Yamal, then Kvaratskhelia. Oh, this defense is there are plenty holes in this defense, I must say. But Michael Carrick, you made a terrible decision. Michael Carrick made a terrible decision to start Dogu at left wing. I thought maybe did he learn from his mistake? Did Michael Carrick learn from his mistake? Did Michael Carrick learn from his mistake and stop playing Dogu left winger? And Mateus Cunha noticed something about his positioning. I think which position was Cunha playing? Cunha should play on the left. Then Sesko to play on top. Then we have Patrick Dogu being that left back. You know, after have Patrick Dogu be that left back and have Luke Shaw maybe on the bench or something. Because Mateus Cunha, that's not Mateus Cunha's actual position. That's not Mateus Cunha's actual position on that football pitch. It just isn't. And you could tell from his position. In Buemo, I thought made poor decisions at time. And Bruno Fernandes, back to you again. Did they lay a curse on you? Did they lay a curse on you? Because this performances as of late by Bruno Fernandes, especially in preseason, it didn't really do well like that in preseason, which I find very odd. Yeah, I mean, like for Manchester United, it's not my problem. I'm not a United fan, so I'm just getting back up this game. Manchester United needs to fix up ASAP. Manchester United needs to fix up ASAP from this game because I hope they are not planning to win the Champions League. I shall hope they are not planning to win the Champions League with that performance. Like you could actually see what's wrong with Man United in this game, and to not bring this problem and see Man United can possibly win the Champions League. No, you are not seeing Champions League for another 5 to 10 years. You heard it from me first. You are not seeing Champions League glory for another 5 to 10 years, unless Ineos and Glazers know what they are doing. Because right now it's becoming pathetic. You guys have cried out for a player like Baleba, and now Baleba is coming to the football club with being an athletic midfielder. Obviously we all know Baleba is an athletic midfielder. Last season he didn't really do well because I think injuries. But the 24-25 season was really the best we've seen from Carlos Baleba. So I'm pretty sure Baleba coming in will be a big help for Manchester United. And yeah, Man United, I just don't know what to say. Man United needs to improve, work on training, work hard every day. Because this team, I don't know where it's going. I really don't know where it's going. This should be a direct message. This should be a direct message and a direct bullet to the hierarchy of Man United to get this football club player, because I like Michael Carrick. I think he's a good manager and that, but he has never really coached a professional job before. So as like we see player managers like Michael Carrick, he came for the championship. I think it's Swansea coached or something. He came from the championship all the way to the Premier League. So I don't know how that translates. I really don't know how that translates because this is Michael Carrick's first full season in charge of Man United. So many tests and many challenges will be thrown at him. Can Michael Carrick handle the pressure? Can Michael Carrick deliver on a weekly basis with this Man United team, when we all know, even the Man United fans know, rival fans know that Michael Carrick is not getting backed heavily? I think Michael Carrick is a good manager. I've said it before. I think he's a good manager. But I don't think it's getting back to the fullest for this Man United team to push higher, to aim higher. Like they have literally with these signings of Tillemans and Andre Santos, Baleba possibly coming in. I feel like those signings stabilize their position where they are. I'm not sure they are willing to upgrade like to title challenge sports. I'm not sure they are ready to go. I'm not sure they are ready to go that high to like a sort of like a championship winning side. Like I don't know whether I say it, but I don't think they are ready to compete for the highest. I'm not sure they're ready to win stuff, to win silver. And another thing I want to say about Man United is that another thing that needs to be said about Man United is that Casemiro leaving Man United is a big one. Casemiro leaving Man United is a big one. And I don't know how they tend to replace Casemiro in that midfield. I don't know how they tend to replace Casemiro in that midfield. Um, this old I don't know how they tend to like replace the character of Casemiro. Maybe they have replaced him to them, but are those signings good enough? Or will my other fans tell me that those signings that are made by them are they good enough to compete for the Premier League? Are those signings good enough that will make them a challenger? Or do you see those signings as Casemiro replacements? But I personally, I'm not moved by the signing of Tillemans and Andre Santos. I'm not just moved by it. I feel like Man United fans, Man United fans will say it by themselves. They're not really moved by these signings. Um, they're not really moved by these signings. And yeah, that has been your preview of the Man United game. You know, Man United game week 1. They are losing already to Hull City. Bear in mind, Hull City came from the Championship to the Premier League via playoffs. They came through playoffs. They didn't even win the league. They didn't even get direct promotion. They go to the Premier League by playoffs. So that means that you were in around those third, fourth, fifth, sixth place, and now you deserve another chance to get to the Premier League. And they won the playoffs. So losing to Hull City in your first game for Man United is embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing, and I don't know how Man United think they're going to be in the title race. I don't know. I've not seen Manchester City play too much. I can't speak too much about who is going to be in the title race when it's just game week 1. But Manchester United, some Manchester United fans always tell me that Osasa is just game week 1. It's the first game week. Yeah, but it's 3 points you're dropping. It's the same 3 points that you earn in match week 38 if you win. It's the same 3 points that you get from 37 match week 37. It's the same 3 points that you get from match week 15. It's the same 3 points that you get from match 9. So dropping 3 points, this excuse that is just the first game of the season. It's no excuse, because guess how many points you are dropping. If this is your mentality for your first game, you are dropping 3 points. And that is the same point you still drop in game week 38, 37. So what's this excuse that it's just the first game? It's just the first game, yeah, but it's still 3 points you are dropping. They are still dropping 3 points. Use your brain. Manchester City last season, we lost our first 3 games. Sorry, 2 games. Then we lost our first 2 games last season. So imagine how we finished the league last season at 6 more points. 6 more points. They would have done something in the Prem. We would have catched up to Arsenal if we have won our first 2 games. So that's something right there. So the excuse that is just the first game, you're still dropping 3 points. Don't just. Anyways, the only breath of fresh air I can see from this game was Harry Maguire. Because I was shocked. Why was Harry Maguire playing upfield? You notice something strange? Harry Maguire was almost playing like an attacker today. No, but particularly in that second half, which I felt was odd. Because Harry Maguire is not a Harry Maguire is not an attacker, because I was seeing him around that attacking place. I was like, what Harry Maguire doing there? Harry Maguire is a defender. Come back to the back line. Come back, help your team out, sort your team out. Huh. You know what? I'm going to wrap up the video here. If you guys are new, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I'm out. Peace.